Welcome to the next session of the Teenfluencer Nation Summit. I have Maureen with me today, guys. I am so excited. We are going to have a fantastic conversation. Now, she's not in my time zone, so go ahead and tell us, Maureen, where are you from? What do you do? And who are you?
Yeah, I am coming in from Scotland. So for me, yeah, it's a good few hours after you, Kiera.
Yes.
So, yeah, my name's Maureen Sharphouse. I am a life coach. I'm a mindset coach, soul wellness coach, NLP master practitioner, author, and speaker. And I'm also a wife and a mom and a granny of 10 grandkids. So I'm very familiar with teenage years.
Yes.
And yeah, and my passion really is just to help people connect with that light that's within them and bring that force to the world and bring that force to the world.
That is amazing. And we're going to dive deeper into that conversation in just a moment. But first, we want to get to know you more. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about, how's your 2022 going so far?
It's been amazing. Believe it or not, I just launched my book just on Monday of this week. So my book, Unhackable Soul, Rise Up, Feel Alive and Live Well with Pain and Illness, the 30-day elixir for reigniting the light within. That's just launched. My new online course has just launched. My new website has just launched. And yeah, an awful lot of things in the offing for me. So yeah, 2022 has got off to a really good start. And I really want you to take on board that, you're never too old to go after dreams, because I am actually 65 and 66 this year. And this book was a dream I had as a child to write a book. And it's been 7 years that I have been trying to do it and had very many hiccups, abandoned it after 2 years, parked it, started again, parked it. And, if anybody, if there's ever a sign of, patience, perseverance, positivity, and purpose comes together, then this is it. So for anybody and any of you who may doubt any of it, you are never too old to do what it is that's burning away inside of you. And also be, you have to be true to yourself. At the end of the day, I've done this because it's been something within me for so long. And for whatever reason, when I was younger, maybe I stopped myself from writing it. But then again, I had to get to where I am today to write and share the wisdom I've shared. So
that is so good. And I'm so excited for you. I mean, Monday, releasing your book, that's so fantastic that a dream that's been within you is finally came true. But tell us, we want to get to know you a little bit more, and we want to know, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Well, believe it or not, this is going to probably be a hard one for all of you to take on board. I actually have very complex health issues. I have quite a serious neurological condition, and I actually live on a liquid diet.
Wow.
So, and that is just part of the condition I have. It's part of what, I need to do for life. So yeah, so while your favorite food is probably, the burgers and the fries and the chicken and the steak, for me, it's kind of liquidized soup. But but at the end of the day, there is no point in getting upset or anxious over what you can't do or what is not possible. Life is about really accepting where you are right here, right now, free of judgment. It doesn't need to be as good or bad. It's the way it is. And just taking that one next best step at a time. So for me, yeah, my favorite food is probably not even a favorite. It's just necessity. It's liquid diet. But, I absolutely love cooking. So I guess I love cooking and I love the smell of food. So if that counts, Kiera, that's okay.
Yes, that's so cool. That's so unique. But tell us, what was your favorite subject when you were in high school?
In high school, I did music and drama. I actually went to university and studied music and drama. And I was, when I finished university, I actually was working as an actress and a singer in lots of London nightclubs and also in a lot of theatre schools throughout the UK. And then I did teaching. So for me, when I was in high school, it was music, it was drama. I was into the one that was always playing the parts in the plays, who went into an acting career. And kind of got myself into roles where, do you know what? I lost my confidence totally and completely suffered from stage fright and gave up on a career because fear of judgment and pressure got to me. And that allowed me, unfortunately, the light that was in me for having this career, which had been burning away inside me, I allowed peer pressure, I allowed fear of judgment, I allowed fear of failure to dampen that light. And that was a really big learning for me as I now move forwards, because we serve no one by dimming our own light.
Yeah.
We don't serve ourselves well, and we don't serve others well. We actually deny the world the gifts that we have when we actually allow external pressures to curb our light and dim our light. So for me, it was music and drama, and also English, Kiera. I loved writing. I loved English. And high school was a very mixed bag for me, because I think a lot of people saw me as Miss Popular, and yet I was probably not the Miss Popular. People have preconceived ideas, and everybody sees the world through their own eyes, and everybody sees you through their perception. And I think a lot of people saw me as very bubbly and very out there, and actually inside, I had a real fear of judgment and a real fear of stepping into my light and being seen. And it was almost like I did the acting and the singing, and I took on a different persona so I could handle that.
Wow.
But then in real life, I felt, I could be taken down to 2 inches tall. So it's really, we suffer a lot from peer pressure, I think, when you're younger. It's almost like you have these burning desires in you. You have this spark of passion inside you. But it's almost like, you're frightened to show it because it makes you different from the rest.
Yeah.
And then you end up living the life of two different people, because you show one side one place, one side to another place. And actually that doesn't serve anyone well. So I have made, as I've gone through life, I've made so many ups and downs, so many, call them mistakes, but then actually they're not mistakes, they're learnings. And I think that's the thing to take on board, that everything you go through, whether it's good or bad, is an opportunity. And it's an opportunity to learn more about who you are, more about what matters to you, more about what's important to you, and really crucially, more about what sparks that light of passion in you and joy within you.
Wow.
And I think, as we grow up and at school, the pressure is on you to think. It's all about knowledge. It's all about thinking. It's all about analyzing. It's all about having to figure out your future. And actually, I think if you can actually start going, well, think less and feel more. Drop down within your body and go, well, how does this feel to me? Is this something that sparks the joy in me? Is this something that feels like home to me? And I'm a great believer in, if we think less and feel more, then, and follow that path that feels like home, then we're on our right journey, and we are more able to step into that unique legacy on earth we're here to serve. Because I believe that each of us is here on planet Earth with a very unique role to play.
Yes.
And it takes courage as you grow up to allow yourself to honor that and to really connect with that soul and spirit within you, and to really connect with that and think, do you know what I am here for a unique role, and let me honor and respect that. And I think the pressure as a teen, and I remember it very well, from school, even though it was so many years ago, it was that pressure that you always felt to fit in with the crowd or to conform. And almost like if you did something different or wanted something different for your life, that it was like you're getting too big for your station. And people were like, oh, who does she think she is? Or who does he think he is? So you would curb it and you'd pull yourself back down. And I think that's why I loved the freedom that drama gave me in acting, because it was like, well, I could go and allow myself to express myself, and nobody judged it because I was playing someone else, and I could allow my heart in it.
Yeah.
It's I think it's tough. You know, I think growing up now is tough as a teen because of the pressures to conform.
Yes.
You know, we get various labels as we go through life. You know, we come out and, you know, people class us as a bit of a geek if we're into something, or an IT geek, or too fat, too thin, too intelligent, too whatever. And we can attach ourselves to those labels.
Yeah.
And actually, those labels are not who we are. And we're not actually our physical bodies either, or the way we look, or our appearance. You know, it's our physical bodies, it's the suit we wear on planet Earth. It's the vehicle we operate through while we're here. But we're actually the soul and spirit within. Yes. And if we can connect with that and be true to that, then we can go through life and live a really rewarding, happy, fulfilling, successful life. And you know, the people that are the most successful in life are not usually the ones with the highest IQ, the biggest knowledge or experience, or the best grades at school, or the most money or whatever. They're the ones that have that light in their eyes sparkling. They're the ones that have the charisma. They're the ones that walk into a room and light up a room by their mere presence. And that is the key to the success, to the happiness, to the rewarding stuff that you want in life as you're growing forward as a teen and moving forwards. And, you know, you really need to take that on board. It's not all about knowledge. It's not all about getting good grades. It's not all about who you mix with. It's not all about having the finances or the family relationships or anything. It's about connecting with who you are.
Wow.
And really staying so connected to that and honoring that you allow that light from within you to shine forth to the world. And that's when the magic happens. Because when you shine your light to the world, you encourage others to do the same. Wow. And it's like you give permission for others to do the same. And if you think about it, you know, a candle, unless it's lit, it doesn't shine. But when one candle is lit, if you use it to light another, in that moment of lighting another, it goes brighter, it gains strength, and it lights another. And that can be used to light another and another. So whilst it can be a scary, scary thing to be true to who you are and really think, this is who I am, and this is what sparks joy in me, and this is who I am, and I'm going to stay true to that. The more you do it, and you have this real connection with who you are within, and that light will start shining and emanating from you, the more you're going to get other people curious about, what have they got that I haven't got? You're going to get other people curious about, oh, what are they doing that I'm not? You're going to get other people curious about, oh, maybe I can follow my passion too. Maybe I can do that too. So, you know, it's when the real magic happens. It's when you step into your light, mission to do the same. And, you know, it's that really beautiful. There's a lovely saying by Rumi. It's, you know, shine like the whole universe is yours.
Wow.
But that takes courage. You know, it's not always the easiest thing to do, because, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes it's quite hard to step into our light, and it's quite hard to make ourselves visible. And it can make other people feel really uncomfortable. And you can lose friends and you can lose connections because actually you don't fit in with their idea of what you should be, because suddenly you're going, actually, this is who I am. So it, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And, you know, it's one thing to be alive, but it's something totally different to feel alive. And that is what about when you connect with your light within and really connect with the soul and spirit you are.
Yes.
And really allow yourself to do those things that feed and nourish that soul and spirit, and that keep that light within you ignited and burning, and really take the steps to nourish it. Then from there, whatever life throws you, whatever challenges you face, you will handle them. You'll have this real trust and faith in knowing that you can handle them, as long as you can stay secure and get back to that real connection within you. And, you know, it's not always the easiest thing to do, especially when you're growing up. You know, there's so many pressures to do everything. You know, there's so many pressures externally, and life can be tricky, but it can be learned. You know, it's like it depends how much you really want to be true to you, and finding that and having that courage and strength to not be one that's easily led, but to give yourself permission to be the leader. You know, it's a bit like yourself saying, you know, you can either be the influencer or you can be influenced.
True.
Now, you can either be a leader by shining your light liberally and freely to the world and embracing all that brings you joy and sparks the passion in you, or you can be somebody that curbs your light and diminishes and is easily led by others and keeps yourself small. But keeping yourself small doesn't serve anyone, because you're denying the world of the unique light you are. And so, yeah, it very much is about learning at a young age and giving yourself permission that it's okay to be who you truly are. You do not need to be or try to be what anyone else thinks you should be, ought to be, what their idea should be. You do not need to fit into other people's expectations. It takes courage to actually go, this is who I am, and I am proud of who I am.
Yes.
I am beautiful as I am, and I am enough. And I also am going to honor and respect the truth of me by allowing myself to liberally shine my light out to the world. And that takes time. And I took a long time to learn that, Kiera. You know, I went through an awful lot of ups and downs and rock bottoms in my life, and been down many a dark hole and had to climb back out. But life is a journey, and being fully alive is embracing it all.
Wow.
And you have to accept with life, not everything is going to be bliss for you. That's not real life. Life has its ups and it has its downs. You are going to meet challenges. You are going to have roadblocks. You are going to find yourselves going scenic routes, as I call them at times. You know, you think you know where you're going, and you might have an idea of, this is the career I'm following. This is what I'm going to do. Sometimes it's not plain sailing. Sometimes things come in the way and we hit a roadblock and we have to rethink, or we get veered off in a different direction and we go scenic routes. Now, scenic routes, sometimes it takes you through not so nice stuff as well as beautiful things, but it's all part of life's journey, and it's all part of this magical, mysterious educational process we call life. And it's about really absorbing yourself in each moment for what it is and allowing yourself from there to grow. And if every day, you know, you just, at the end of every day, ask yourself the questions: did I live enough today? Did I love enough today? Did I laugh enough today? Did I honor the truth of who I am today? Did I give to life all that I am today? And then how can I tomorrow step into an even more awesome version of myself and shine that light even brighter? And, you know, it's knockbacks are going to happen. And I think, you know, that's the thing, knockbacks will happen. But if you can really know what nourishes and feeds and lights your soul and keeps that fueled, then you've always got that safe place to go to be able to handle and work through everything and really view life for this beautiful, precious, mysterious, magical journey that it is. But yeah, by dimming your light, you serve no one. And I really want to encourage, you know, it's all teens and at all ages, that be who you are and don't be frightened of that. You know, don't be frightened to show the world who you truly are. You don't need to be conforming. And, you know, it is about who you are within. And the truth is, you are who you choose to be. You're not your labels. You're not any, you know, you're none of the labels that are given to you. That is not who you are. You are not who other people think you are. You are who you choose to be. And it's up to you whether you light the light in you and you keep it burning brightly, or whether you choose to dim it because external pressures will allow in. And, you know, it's not always easy and it takes courage, but it's the most rewarding journey in life you can have when you know how to nourish and feed your soul. You connect with that soul on a day-to-day basis and nourish and feed. And you have to get away from constantly thinking about your head and thinking and analyzing. You know, it's all too easy to go, what do I need? And it's like the ego and the head. What do I need? And what do I think about this? And actually, you need to go down, how does that feel to me? And ask your mind and your body and your spirit and your soul, what do you need? What do you want? How does that feel to you? Rather than saying, what do I need as ego head? It's, wait a minute, how does that feel to me? And what do you need from me, mind? So that I can help you help me best to live the reward and fulfilling life. What do you need from me, my body, to help you so you can function best and be your most effective me? What do you need from me, my soul, so that you can keep lit and you can keep shining? What do you need from me, spirit? So it's about really drop down inside and speak to your mind, body, spirit, soul, and ask them what they need from you, and so that they can help you be your most awesome version of yourself. And that is a totally different way, you know. So as you go through life, yes, you have to use your brain and you have to think, because that's the way the world is and we need to think about things. But you need to spend as much time in your heart space as you do in your head space. So you need to go, yes, what do I think? And be the logical, you know, what do I think about this? Look at all it. But then drop down. And how does this feel to me? What does my heart tell me about this? What does my soul tell me this? Does this light, the spark of joy in my soul, is this sitting comfortably? Is this light and a spark in me? Does this feel like home? Or does it feel like a pebble in my shoe and something's not quite right?
Wow.
And and the two biggest gifts that we are all born with, our imagination and our intuition.
Okay.
And if you can really learn to use both of those and marry them together, then that is going to allow you to step into that highest version of yourself and let that light shine from within you.
So how do we do that?
Our imagination, literally, what you think about is going to, and what you picture and what you think about is going to impact on how you feel. And how you feel will impact on the actions you take and the outcomes you get. So you need to start getting your brain focused in on more what you want and what you want to have in life and want to see, and not what you don't. And if you start seeing yourself as being this, you know, charismatic self right in front of you, and visualize, you know, take that breath and allow white light to come in you and see in front of you a more charismatic version of yourself, a more enlivened version of yourself. Look at yourself and say, how are you standing? How are you walking? What are you thinking? Allow yourself to float in. Feel what it feels like. See through those eyes and those ears and feel it. And allow that to come in and really use that. And then even see a more charismatic, enlivened version of yourself and float into that one. And there are so many ways to use our mind to our advantage, because our minds don't know the difference between whether we're there in reality or whether we're there in our minds.
Wow.
So the more we can picture the things we want and see ourselves in the way we want, doing the things we want, and allow ourselves to really get really familiar with that, the more you're setting the blueprint in your brain for that to happen and the success. Wow. And then our intuition is our soul calling us. So when you get all these little whispers or this little feeling inside that's saying this feels right, or you've got a little inkling or a little nudging to do something, or you feel you should be picking up a phone or doing something, you need to listen. Yes. Because that's your soul's way of trying to call you to say, actually, this is where you should be. And, you know, so often we talk ourselves out of it. You know, we'll get this little call and I'll feel, I would love to do that. But then we come in with, but.
So true.
Oh, but I don't have the money, or oh, but I'm too old, or oh, but I'm not clever enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not healthy enough, or not wealthy enough. You need to flip your butt. You need to put them the other way round. Instead of going, I would love to do this, but I haven't got enough money, or I haven't got enough qualifications. You need to go, well, I haven't got the money, or I haven't got the qualifications, but I would love to do this. And it allows you to switch things over. So really, you need to learn as teens and as you go through life to home in on the power of your imagination using strong visualization techniques to really get to your brain the messages of what you want and those feel good feelings. You need to connect with what is feeling good for you at an internal level. And what feels like home, and what lights the light in you and the spark of joy within you. And you need to trust. You need to flow between them. You need to flow between the imagination and the intuition and feed them back and forwards and back and forwards so that you can go with a flow. And life shouldn't be a fight, and it shouldn't be a battle. And if you're going down a path that feels hard and a fight, and if it feels like a fight, it's going to feel like a fight. And if you see it in your mind as a fight to get somewhere, then it's going to feel like a fight. If you're battling something, it's like a battle. So you have to learn to trust your intuition, to trust yourself, to give yourself permission to do more of the things that joy, do more of the things that light the spark in you. Even if it's things that your friends and your colleagues and everybody else think it's a bit woo-woo or geeky or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to be true to who you are. And that can take courage. But that is what's going to allow you to go through life with a light emanating from your eyes. And that is you're going to be the one that walks into a room, and your mere presence is going to light the room up. And that's what's going to cause the magic to happen with other people, because you're going to cause a ripple effect, because other people are going to bounce off the light that you're emanating. And it's the biggest gift you can give to the world. It's the gift of you and the true you and the light of you. And, we're all here on Earth, on planet Earth, I believe, to fulfill a unique purpose. And we're soul and spirits in this physical body. And when our unique role on Earth is fulfilled, we'll be called home. But we're here for a reason. And, that purpose is unique to us. So to try and conform and be like other people, you're denying yourself of being who you truly are. So you have to really honor and respect the preciousness of life, the preciousness of the gift you've been given of life on Earth.
Absolutely.
And actually go, this is who I am. And if something feels like this is what's sitting with me, that's interesting me, or sparking passion in me, or sparking joy in me, listen, because that's your soul calling you. And you have to trust that and not get down that, oh, but it makes more sense if I do X, Y, Z. It makes more sense because I'll make more money if I go down this route, or my parents expect this, or I'm pressured into. Yeah, I'm not saying don't listen, because it's always good to listen to advice, and sometimes we need to really take on board things. But what I am saying is always come back to the truth of you, and always come back and think, how does this feel to me? How does this sit with me? What is my heart and my soul and spirit telling me about this? And does this feel like it's lighting my soul? Is this going to keep my soul lit? Because that is what's going to bring you the most rewarding life, to go through life with the light within you, fueled and nourished and lit, and to keep it burning brightly. And also to have the knowledge and the skills of, at those times when it does get extinguished a bit, and it will, this is real life, and there's going to be times when that light is a bit harder and it will be dampened. But to know the skills and learn the skills so that you know what nourishes and feeds you, and to really get to know yourself so well that you know what nourishes you, what feeds you, what fuels you at a deep holistic level. And you need to do more of those things, and you need to do less of the things that drain you and take away the negative energy from you. And I would really love to offer on the back of this, a real mastermind workshop with me online, to whoever, Kiera, to really help teach really powerful visualization techniques to help people really tap in to who they are, to connect with that, and to really allow themselves to step in to their own light and connect with that light. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing when you freely let that light shine.
Yes.
But I'm not going to say it's always easy, because you will find it harder at times, because life is like that. You are going to hit roadblocks. But you have to become mentally resilient to life's knocks. But you also need to know they're all learning processes, and they're all going to make your light burn brighter in the end. And mental resilience, the only way to learn it is by doing it. The only way to be confident is by doing confidence. The only way to be happy is by doing happy. The only way to find peace is by doing peace. It's the only way we learn in life. So again, you just need to learn the techniques, the practices, the non-negotiable daily practices of nourishing yourself at a deep soul level, so that all the life knockbacks and challenges and difficult circumstances that come, you can settle with those and feel safe and secure inside, and come out through them with a light burning even brighter.
Wow. That was so good. I'm just sitting here like, all the wisdom just pouring down. Like, that was fantastic. But I mean, you talked about light and all of this amazing advice. So talk to us about your light, your passion. What is something we can be super excited about for you right now? I know you mentioned your book.
God. Do you know, my passion is being the lighthouse to others, and that is my passion. It's my passion to inspire, to guide, to teach, to empower people, to restore life and passion to their soul. And especially for me, I have lived with a serious neurological illness for 35 years. I have not had a day free of pain for 35 years. I have a condition which is known as the suicide disease, because of its intense pain levels. And, that is part of the way I live life. And I'm very accepting of it. It doesn't make my life easy, but I have discovered this real way of still allowing my light to shine and to have a rewarding life. So I guess when you ask me what my passion is, it's about restoring life and passion to the souls. It's about reigniting the light within people, but especially people who are in the dark place, because they maybe live in the world of chronic pain and illness, and, they're in that world when this is their life and they have to live with this, for the rest of their lives, to be able to ignite the light in them so they connect with their soul. And it's just my passion to help, to guide, to teach, to inspire, to empower, and to be that lighthouse to people. And it's taken me, it took me a lot of my life to be able to give myself permission to do that, because of fear of judgment of others, because of this, my goodness, it's almost easier sometimes to keep yourself in a comfort zone and keep yourself not visible, and keep yourself smaller. But, and I mean, it is, and I think the thing that fears us most sometimes is not that we're inadequate. It's not that we're not going to be any good at things. Our biggest fear is, oh my goodness, what if I'm on this earth with a real big purpose here, and I'm really going to step up and serve? And if I'm up there shining my light and serving, what is everybody going to be saying or thinking about me? And you have to let that go. You just have to let it go and go, actually, I'm going to be true to me. And if this is what lights me, and if this is my passion, then I owe it to myself to give my best shot at life. I'm here for a reason. Life is precious short. And, we all have this birthday. We all have a death date. And if you look at a tombstone, in between, there's a dash. And the dash in between the birth and death date is what counts. However, an awful lot of people in that dash in between, they spend some of it looking back on their past.
Wow.
Regret of what happened. Oh my goodness, I wish I hadn't done that. Or, homing in on past events and beating themselves up over things. They spend some of the time worrying about the future that isn't here yet. And actually, the only place that dash exists is right here, right now. And if you can home in on right here, right now, the only thing you ever need to do is focus on one next best step at a time. You don't need to have all the answers. And I think that's really what I would love to share with you all is you have a lifetime ahead of you and you do not need to have it all worked out. You do not need to have all the answers. You need to take one next best step at a time, and you need to connect with your soul and go, does this feel like my next best step?
Wow.
Not just do I think it is, or, does it feel like my next best step? And if it feels like it, trust that. And that, if you can just keep yourself in this and not have pre-expectations of what the future is going to be like. It's good to have goals. It's good to have visions. It's good to see yourself. To me, it's about have those goals and visions of how you want to be feeling rather than the concrete, I want to have X, Y, Z.
Wow.
I want to be feeling in 10 years' time fulfilled, rewarded, lit up, impassioned. Not so much about in 10 years' time, I want a big house and a flashy car and all the rest of it. It's how do you want to be feeling?
Yeah.
And if you home in, how do you want to feel? And you take one next best step at a time towards that feeling, then everything else is going to fall into place for you. And it might be you end up down a path you had no idea you were going to go down because you don't know it yet. You don't know what you don't know. You haven't experienced what you haven't experienced. And life sometimes takes you on different paths.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say to you, use your intuition. When you get these little nudges, when you get these little whispers, when you have this feeling that you should be phoning somebody or applying for a job or doing something, listen, sit and create space, drop down into the stillness of your soul and think, how does that feel?
Yeah.
And I trust it, just trust it. And act on that. It's about taking inspired action. Not always about taking action for the sake of taking action, which I think is a very common thing, especially with youngsters. I mean, I would second my grandchildren, I think, are quite prone to this, that you dive in and you do, and it's like, oh, dive in and do because you think you should be doing an action. But actually what I'm encouraging you to do is create a little bit of space, allow yourself to feel it, and then take inspired action on what feels right and feels like home. And there's a difference.
So good. I absolutely love that. And I just want to talk about one more thing and just going back to the chronic illness conversation. What would you say to the teen who maybe they woke up one day and their entire world was changed because maybe they feel like their body failed them or they're asking themselves the why me question? What would be your advice to that teen?
Yeah, I would say to you, first and foremost, that you are so much more than your physical body. You're so much more than your self-limited mind, your soul and your spirit, and you are who you are within. And bodies with the best will in the world, sometimes they do get injured, sometimes they do age, sometimes they do fall to some illness, or, we all can have accidents, we can all, fail to get illnesses. And we're not always able to get full physical healing. Our bodies are our physical bodies. They're the suit we wear, they're the vehicle we operate through. But what I would say to you is you need to think about, well, okay, I don't know. If you're a teen and you've suddenly gone through this health thing, at this stage, what I would encourage you to do is work on getting everything else in the best place. At emotional level, at a spiritual level, a psychological level. Feed yourself good nutrition, get your sleep, but feed your soul and spirit and still stay focused on what feels good. Because if you can get all of that in the best place, that will get naturally your body's natural healing mechanisms the best chance to start working for you.
Wow.
So it really is about, and don't attach yourself to labels too much. When you get a health condition or an illness, you get the diagnosis, you get the label. And unfortunately, with a label you're given comes expectations. There's sort of expectations of how it might progress, what it means, how it's going to affect you, how it might mean you can't do X, Y, Z, how it's going to impact your life. And before you know it, if you home in on those labels too much and attach yourself to the labels too much, you can find yourself acting in expected ways because, and that really, it's a really tricky one, because what we feed our brains feeds our brains and goes into our subconscious. So, and two, I am and I have are two of the most powerful things you can ever say to yourself when you attach yourself to the things that follow. So if you say, I am disabled, I have a serious health condition, I am always too tired, I can't do that. That's what you're attaching to. So what I would say to you is, don't attach yourself to any labels you're given, to any health diagnosis. Always remember, try and just park them and stay connected to, that's not who I am. I am so much more than my body. I'm so much more than my mind. I am the soul and spirit within. And as long as I can keep that lit, ignited, fueled, nourished, then I'll handle whatever challenges come my way. I will also be able to live a rewarding, fulfilling life. Yes. And also, by keeping myself well on the inside, I'm going to give my body's natural healing mechanisms their best chance of working with me to get myself to optimal health I can be. So, yeah. So it really is about, you're not your labels. You're not your body, your soul, your spirit, who you are within. Keep that bit well. Connect with your light. Know what fuels your light. Know what nourishes your light. Do more of the things that spark your joy. Do more of the things that feed your passion. Do more of the things that feel like home. And give yourself permission to shine that light liberally and freely out to the world. You need to give to the world all that you are, because you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason, and you need to honor that, respect it, and step into your own light and give to the world all that you are. You're going to serve no one by keeping yourself small. And, you do not want to get to the end of your days and go, I wish I'd done that. I'd always had this niggling feeling I was meant to do something else and I didn't do it. You want to get to the end of your days knowing you're being called home and that you've lived a fulfilling, rewarding life and answered what's been calling you.
Wow, that is amazing. Such good advice. Like, I'm resonating with that so much right now. But let us know, what is the best way if someone felt inspired, if they want to connect with you, if they want to learn more, or even get your book? What's the best way?
Well, you can always contact me, Maureen at maureensharphouse.com. Feel free to email me. Visit my website, maureensharphouse.com. Email me, Maureen at maureensharphouse.com. Head over to Facebook. You'll find me there. My main coaching page is maureensharphouse.coaching. Find me on Instagram. Just put my name in. You'll find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Email me. My book is called Unhackable Soul. Again, whilst it's written for people with pain and illness, it's the fundamental principles as to how I live my life. And it's a 30-day journey, and it's based on the same principles that dug me out of a dark pit, and how I now live my life. So whilst it's written specifically for people with pain and illness, it's applicable to anyone. Yeah. What I share in this book is about reigniting the light within you. And it's about having the tools to reignite, to really face where you are, to shed your labels, to redirect your thoughts, to be able to reignite and restore life and passion to the soul, to enliven it, to awaken it so that it can rise. So my book, there's things in there for anyone, whether you have the pain or illness or not. It's the fundamental principles as to how I live my life these days. And, my illness has progressed. I mean, I use a wheelchair outdoors. I live on liquid diet. I have a lot of health issues, but I feel on the inside whole and complete. I have a deep contentment. I have a deep peace, which I can access at any point. And, every day I take time to connect with my soul. And I do deep breathing and meditation. I do journaling. I do 3 pages of journaling every morning to get any thoughts, the over busyness of the mind, get it out of you onto the page. And then you can move on your day. So just grab a pen, get a bit of paper, just write. Don't even need to think what you're writing, just write. and get everything out of here, out of you and onto the page.
Mm.
Take some deep breaths, breathe in that lovely fresh light and that fresh energy. Let it go right down through your body. Really see yourself having an amazing day, and just step into that day, telling yourself today's a great day to have a great day. And allow yourself. So see a good day ahead, because what we expect, we often get.
True.
And if you're feeding your mind the thought of you're going to have, oh, it's going to be one of these days and I'm going to have this rotten day, and that's what you're probably going to get.
Mm.
So before you even get out of bed, see a good day ahead.
Yeah.
And make that first step out of bed, step into a good day.
Wow.
And with that, look in the mirror and smile at yourself. You've got this, kid. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you need to do. You look in the mirror and go, I love you. You've got this. Good on you.
Mm.
And you need to just step into that day being really true to you. And, if you get the knockbacks in the day, don't let them not, it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to have knockbacks. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself at times. That's real life. But you don't drown by falling in the water. You drown by staying there.
That's
so
good.
If you can learn the tools as to how to reignite and restore and refuel and lift yourself back up, then no matter what goes on in your life, you'll move forward with a real trust and faith and knowing that you can handle it. And that's a beautiful place to be when nothing seems scary. I no longer worry about my future or prognosis or whatever, because I'm not there yet and I don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm here. And if I just handle one moment at a time and stay connected to the soul and spirit in me, then I'll be fine. So I think, yes, definitely, as what you see, what you think is hugely important. And again, I think, there's another mastermind I could do for you, Kiera, about the power of words and the power of what we feed our brains at subconscious and conscious level. Because there's so many little, very simple changes we can make to the language we use. Yes. And what we feed ourselves that can have a huge impact on how we live our lives, how we think about ourselves, and our confidence, our self-esteem. And there's some very, very simple ways. And again, anybody that wants to, if they go on my website at maureensharphouse.com, head to the Get Inspired page. Okay. And there are lots of free resources there, downloadable free resources. And as well as some meditation audios, which you can download. There's also, I think, one with a winning mindset, so I've sort of shared a winning mindset things and best life living tips. And there's various people downloads you can have. There's some things that are relevant to pain and illness, but there's other things which will be relevant for life. So there's some, there are some free things there to download. There's also some book recommendations and some inspiring videos to look at. There's downloadable affirmations. And again, if you like affirmations, those are positive statements in the present tense. You'll find me most days on Facebook and Instagram, starting the day off with a positive affirmation you can join me in. And again, on my website, on the Get Inspired page, there's ones you can download and have as screensavers. So reach out, and I would love to do a workshop for you, a mastermind for you. On the visualization and the power of the mind and the intuition and connecting, and maybe the power of words and how it can help with what you feed your brain is so impactful, so important. And if you can actually get it working for you, it's about knowing the strategies to run. Wow. And knowing how to get your mind to work best. And the strategies come down not just to the thoughts we think, but what we're seeing, what we're feeding our brains, how we're feeling, what we're doing. And we need to just figure out what is the strategy that works best for me to be at my optimum, for me to be able to step into my light. And there's an awful lot of things there which I'd be very happy to share.
Oh, we are definitely totally going to be down for that. That's going to be a fantastic mastermind. If you guys are interested in being a part of the mastermind, which I'll make sure once we get it all ready and set, you get the details, just send me a DM, send me an email at Kiera.Colson. I'll make sure you guys get that. Just put like mastermind, woo, then I'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, mastermind with Maureen.
Yes, mastermind Maureen, I'll know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
mastermind with Maureen, and yeah, I would love to do that for you. Absolutely love to do that for you. So
this has been such a fantastic conversation, a fantastic interview. I do not want to like leave. I could talk to you all day. This is just so fantastic. But before we go, is there anything else you would like to share with us?
oh my goodness, I want you all to just be you.
Mm.
I want you to allow yourself and give yourself permission to be you. Not the you think that other people expect you to be, not the you that you think your parents or your teachers or your colleagues expect you to be, not the you that you think you should or ought to be, but the you that is in here wanting to burst forth into life.
That's good.
And just give yourself permission for that. And don't submit to peer pressure to fit in with the crowd if that crowd is not where it feels right for you to be. You know, it takes courage sometimes to be the leader and not the one that's easily led. Being the leader isn't always mean you're going to have a lot of people following you that you think might. It might mean that you have a little lonely path for a while.
Wow.
But the right people will be attracted if you allow your light to shine and be true to you are, then naturally the lights and the right crowd will come around you. And it's that, you know, be like that candle that burns brightly. And from there, you know, if you're burning brightly, you're going to get people curious about what have you got and what are you doing that we haven't got, and you're going to encourage others to do the same and give themselves their permission to do the same. So yeah, I would say be you. Don't attach yourself to labels. Don't give yourself too hard a time over I haven't got it all worked out yet, because you don't need to have it all worked out yet. Be your own cheerleader, your champion, your own best friend. Put love in arms around yourself. It's okay to have a bad day. That's fine. Just don't stay there. Have the tools not to stay there, but you know, just pick yourself up. You either give up, you give in, or you give to life all you've got. And I strongly encourage all of you, give to life all you've got, and give yourself fully and wholly and completely, and turn up fully and wholly and completely, and show up to life fully filled up, and give to life all you've got. And at the end of the day, when you're called home, you will go with a very rewarding, fulfilling feeling, knowing you have fulfilled your unique role on this earth.
Wow, that's just like so much advice in just 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, this has been such a fantastic interview. Thank you, thank you,
You
thank
are
you.
so welcome. It's been my pleasure, and always know how special you are. You're an amazing lady, and
Thank you.
you keep shining your light.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much. We'll see everyone in the next session. And Miss Maureen, we will talk to you later. This has been an absolute honor. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank